In the third episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, discovers the truth about Dr. Joseph Mbenga, Babs Olyasammakin. Onitra Johnson and Bill Wolkoff wrote the gripping and intense Shuttle to Kinfori, which was directed by Dan Liu and explores the consequences of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 8, Under the Cloak of War. Additionally, when Captain Pike and Dr. Mbenga travel to a planet in contested Klingon orbit that has an abandoned United Federation of Planets research facility, they learn that there are Klingon zombies on Kinfori. In search of the Chimera Blossom, a rare plant that contains a compound that can treat Captain Marie Batel's Gorn infection, Chris and Joseph journey to Kinfori. Bitha forced Dr. Mbenga to admit that he did, in fact, kill Ambassador Dakra in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 8, Under the Cloak of War, by putting a knife to Captain Pike's throat. After fatally stabbing Dakra, Joseph told Captain Pike that he had acted in self-defense, a lie that was confirmed by the sole witness, Nurse Christine Chappell. After safely returning to the USS Enterprise, Captain Pike allayed Dr. Mbenga's anxieties by assuring Joseph that, in his opinion, a Klingon had a knife to his throat. Mbenga then gave her the account she desired. Additionally, Pike is not keeping a captain's log because the Kinfori mission was not recorded. Bitha traced Dr. Mbenga to Kinfori to recover her family's honor after Dakra's assassination. However, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds contained a twist. Bitha didn't want to kill Mbenga as payback for killing his father, but rather needed Mbenga dead to satisfy her own family's honor. The Klingon viewed Dakra as a traitor, and his family was ashamed of him for joining the Federation as an ambassador. Bitha wanted to restore her family's honor by killing the person who had killed Dakra. Unfortunately for the Klingon, Dr. Mbenga bested her in a fight to the death, but forfeited instead of murdering her. Instead, Bitha decided to break through the energy barrier containing the zombie horde. Bitha fought and was killed by the zombies, choosing an honorable death that would allow her to enter Stavoker, Klingon heaven. In another scene, Captain Marie Batel is relapsing because her body has grown as reliant on Gorn DNA as the Gorn within her has. Sadly, neither a remedy nor a means of rescuing the Gorn from Batel exist. The only method to save Marie's life would be to fuse her DNA with the Gorn's using the Chimera Blossoms chemical. Batel basically consented to become a human-Gorn hybrid, whatever that could entail. Lieutenant Spock mind-melded with Batel to alleviate her excruciating pain, but while they were joined, Spock and Batel both saw and experienced a horrifying Gorn vision that made Spock lose control and unintentionally attack Ensign Dana Gamble. The Gorn inside Batel appears determined to be freed. Captain Pike took Spock's place on the Kinfori mission so that he could personally uncover the potential treatment for Marie. Chris was horrified to realize what the Chimera Blossom was meant to do, and that Marie didn't inform her. Batel's tendency to want to be a hero and make everything about himself is the root of Pike and Batel's problems. But Chris and Marie must face a terrifying future because nobody is aware of what Batel's transformation into a Gorn hybrid entails. Due to her almost fatal brush with the Gorn, Lieutenant Erica Ortegas, played by Melissa Nevia, is also coping with PTSD. Erica's increasingly disobedient behavior has been seen by Lieutenant Lan Nunyansing, Christina Chong, and Lieutenant Commander Una Chin Riley. Ortegas disobeyed Number One's orders and flew quickly enough for the Klingon to notice him during the Kinfori expedition. Erica's disobedience allowed her to fly the USS Enterprise into Kinfori's atmosphere to rescue Captain Pike and Dr. Mbenga. In order to avoid Klingon torpedoes, Ortegas then caused the Enterprise to warp. However, Ortegas acknowledged that Erica went rogue after Number One called her out. Una instructed Ortegas to report to the warrant officer for disciplinary action and removed her from the Enterprise's active duty roster. In a different way than Captain Batel, Lieutenant Erica Ortegas is also being tormented by the Gorn, but she is trying to tough it out rather than accept her problem and deal with it directly. Rather, Ortegas went back to her favorite activity, piloting the spacecraft. In addition to being the most interesting narrative for Lieutenant Ortegas to date on Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, Erica is like a powder keg ready to blow up. Please, don't forget to subscribe.